Hi everyone, welcome back and happy Thanksgiving. Um, whether you're coding in Python or eating turkey, hopefully it's a good day. So for this week, we are going to cover loops mostly, but also some bits about reusing variables, which are part of loops, and some key terms, encapsulation, and generalization. At the end of the week, you're going to have to hand in activity 2, so that's going to be due Friday, just before midnight. So that's going to be it for this week. You're going to have this module and then activity 2. And then assignment 2 is going to come out in the next week or so, and that'll be due at the end of the month. So topic 6, we're going to start with reusing variables in this video, and we'll talk a bit about while loops. So let's start. Reusing variables. It is like it sounds. We can take a variable and we can reuse it or reassign it to a new value. So if we print a, in this case, it won't be 5, it'll be the new value of a, which is 6. If we printed up here, we'd see that the value of a was 5 because the interpreter goes sequentially through it. Line 1, a is 5. Line 2, we're going to print the current value of a, which is 5. Line 3, we reassign it to 6. And then line 5, we're printing the most recent value of a, the current value of a, which is 6. So we're going to see 5 and 6 printed. So that's fine, but what else can we do? And what else might you see in other people's programs or use in your own code? We can do a equals a plus 1, for example. And what is this doing? Well, we are taking the current value of a, which is 5. We're adding 1 to it, so 5 plus 1 is 6. And we are assigning this value to the variable name a. A is already taken, but we're reassigning it now to a new value. In this case, it will be 5 plus 1, or 6. So if we print a here, we'll see the value 6. Okay, and we could do a similar thing. We could say a equals a times a. If we run this, we'll get 25. And what it's doing is just taking the previous value of a, or the current value, and it's multiplying it by itself, reassigning that to the variable a. But we're mostly going to see this, something like a equals a plus 1. And this is going to be useful, you'll see in a few seconds, in loops. And let's get into loops. So we've seen a bit of the for loop in assignment 1, but we'll talk more about that next week. For this week, we'll cover the while loop. So how does this work? Well, it goes like this. We say while some condition, let's say a is less than 5, while we have some condition, we want to print. We don't need to print. We could just we just want to do something. So we want to do something, and then we want to end the loop. So we want to end the loop with some terminating condition. So let's say a equals 7. So what this is doing, it's saying, okay, is a less than 5? Well, there's a problem so far. We don't have a value for a, so it's not going to work. Let's just start with a equals 1. Okay, so we've assigned a to 1. We're now saying, okay, is a less than 5? Is this true? If it is true, we then go into the loop and we do something. In this case, we're just saying a is 7. So why does this terminate the loop? Because if we assign a to 7 and then go into the loop again, 7 is not less than 5, so this is no longer true and we don't enter the loop. So this isn't printing anything, but we can print a, and we're printing the value, but you're not usually going to see a while loop in this way. You'll usually see some sort of a counter being incremented. So we could say while a is less than 5, print a, and then let's increment a by 1. This will also terminate the program, but this is more common. This is how you would normally see it. What are we doing? We start with a equals 1. 1 is less than 5, so this condition is true. We print a, and then we reassign a to be itself plus 1. A is 1, 1 is less than 5. We print 1, we reassign a to be 1 plus 1, or 2, and then we check the condition again when we re-enter the loop. Is a will now be 2. Is 2 less than 5? Yes. So we enter the loop, we print 2, and we reassign a to be 2 plus 1, or 3. A is now 3. We re-enter the loop. 3 is less than 5. We print the 3, and we reassign a to be 3 plus 1. We re-enter the loop again. A is now 4. 3 plus 1 was 4, so 4 is less than 5. We print 4, and we reassign a to be 4 plus 1. A is now 5. We check the condition again. Is 5 less than 5? No. Because of this, we don't enter the loop because the condition is false. So whatever was printed will be printed, but we don't enter this body anymore. If we run this, we'll see what I just said. We printed the 1, a became 2, we entered the loop again, printed 2, a is now 3, we entered the loop again, printed 3, a is now 4, entered the loop again, print 4, a is 5, 5 is not less than 5, so we don't run the loop anymore. What would happen if we didn't have this counter a equals a plus 1? Well, if we had a equals 7, then we're fine, because that will cause this condition to be false. The problem with just writing a equals 7 is we're not really looping through. We're only doing one iteration, so it's kind of pointless. A equals a plus 1 is nice because we can do something some number of times. In this case, we'll do it 4 times. So if you wanted to print hello 4 times, the point of the loop is it lets you do it 4 times or even 1,000 times, and you don't have to write it over and over and over again. If we had a equals 7, we could do it once, so it's sort of pointless. So a equals a plus 1 will allow us to start, and that's why we call it a counter, because every iteration of the loop, it increases by 1, and it allows us to do some number of iterations. But to go back to this question, what would happen if we didn't have this at all, if we didn't have any termination? Let's see. So you'll see we're just printing hello over and over and over and over again, and we call this an infinite loop, a loop that never ends. Why doesn't it end? Because this condition can never be false, so it'll just keep entering the loop over and over and over and over and over again. A is 1, 1 is less than 5. We're never changing a, so it'll always be less than 5, and we'll always be printing hello. This is not practical because, of course, you want your program to end, so we need some mechanism like this where we are increasing a to the point where it will eventually be not less than 5, and this will be false, and the loop will terminate. In the next video, we'll talk a bit more about the while loop and some key terms.